Hi, it's Sabrina. Join me with a lineup of incredible experts as we inspire you.
It's you transcending
to redesign your life. I love this, one small change at a time. This is the Sabrina Soto Show. Come on in. Danielle!
Hello.
I brought you some treats.
Thank you so much.
Look at that. Isn't that gorgeous?
Amazing. Thank
Whipped
you.
ricotta if you want to take a nibble. So I know that you and I have a lot in common. You used to be a designer.
Yes.
And you completely reinvented yourself.
Yes.
And I think that a lot of people watching want to do that themselves, but they can't find the courage. Like, how did you find the courage to do that?
I found the courage because it actually found me. I got dumped in France on my 30th birthday. So yes, the bucket list item right there. So I actually was living in Boston, then I moved back home to California where I haven't lived with my parents since I was 18, but I felt like I was hitting rock bottom. You know, one morning I woke up, I was having dreams that were very real, and they would start showing me things that would happen during the day, and I thought that was crazy, right? And then I saw spirits, and I thought I was going crazy.
But you actually saw spirits.
I actually saw spirits with my eyes, and at the moment of looking at it, I thought I was going crazy. But that's what I've come to realize is that we all have this. We're just so distracted and so programmed that we're not connected to our soul.
I have told this to many people, but about a year ago, I was in a retreat, and I think it was really powerful, but what's most powerful about that 7 days is being off of a phone. You had to just be in your own body, being quiet, because that's when I heard my intuition more. And do you think that most people live their lives being so connected that they are disconnected from themselves?
Absolutely, and that's what I teach people is that, again, like I said, we all have this gift. We just have to quiet the mind and listen and connect it with our soul. That's what kept me through and that got me to this point is listening to my heart.
So if anybody's watching this and they want to feel their intuition, their psychic powers, if you're saying that we all have it, like what things could they do, like baby steps could they take on a daily basis in order to tap into that?
So I understand we're moms, people are busy with their jobs, but if you can take 5 minutes and just sit with yourself and reconnect to your heart, and you could ask your heart, what do you need and how do you feel? If you ask your heart that every day, it's gonna guide you because your heart has the answers to everything.
So just starting your day off, that's it. Before you get out of bed, what do you need? And how do you feel?
Yes.
That I think is takeaway for everyone. That doesn't cost any money.
Nothing costs
That just takes a few minutes of time.
Yep. So when we're born and we take our first breath here on Earth, the stars, the planets, the constellations are aligned in energetic format. That gets imprinted into our soul, right? So we are breathing this energy. So the stars can really guide us to help us understand who we are, what we're doing here, right? What is this whole Earth journey about, right? And it gives us a grounding and a connection to something so much greater than ourselves.
I think I understand it a little bit better. And I know that you pulled my chart, so I'll make some space for you. I'm really curious to see what it says.
Yes. So the chart is really in depth, right? We're just gonna do a little mini reading here. Okay, so I asked you for your birth time, your date, location, and the birth time is the most important thing. So we know right off the bat by looking at your chart that you are a Capricorn, right? And so that's your sun sign. You actually have your sun sign in the 12th house, and the 12th house is a very spiritual, very psychic house. So right off the bat, I already know that you are incredibly intuitive. So do you know that about yourself?
Yeah, I do.
Yeah, have you always known that, or was it suppressed and then you started realizing this later on?
I knew in high school.
Yes, 12th house is connected to the ethers, it's connected to the spiritual realm. A lot of people who have planets there, they're creative, they're intuitive. It can often be hard while you're growing up. It can feel like, I just don't know who I am. I'm taking on other people's energies until I really figure out who I am. So it's kind of confusing for a lot of people for a while.
I went through a really hard time in high school trying to figure out which clique I should be part of, until I realized now, looking back, I'm like, you didn't have to be part of any of them.
Right,
you could just have been yourself.
So there's escapism. A lot of people go to drugs and alcohol because it's almost like you want to be in this other realm because it's hard to be on Earth, right? Having the information about astrology is so important because it shifts our life, right? Because we can make better choices.
That's right.
But everything happened because it was exactly how it needed to be. So your North Node is in Scorpio. And now that is a powerful, powerful placement. Our North Node in the chart is where our soul is moving towards. So it's our purpose. This is one of the main reasons why your soul incarnated, the kinds of lessons and experiences that you're here to have. In this lifetime, your biggest journey and your biggest lesson is to really learn to let go, to transform. Now with a South Node in Taurus, you can definitely hold on to things and stay in things longer than they are, but you're learning to transform, you're learning to let go. It is I would say, a trickier lifetime for people, only because as humans we're stubborn, right? We hold on.
Yeah.
So you're here to transform, but it is also about magic. It's about intimacy. It's about going to the depths of your soul. So you're really, really finding your psychic abilities in this lifetime.
It's so funny that you say that. Letting go has been a huge lesson for me. It's
Yeah.
the letting go that has
Yes.
created magic in my life.
That's exactly your major lesson in this lifetime, and it's going to help you in your career.
Oh my God, I love
Yeah.
it. Can I keep this?
Absolutely.
So anybody who wants their charts read and you can't find the time that you were born, a lot of the times the hospital will have it or your
Yes.
birth record
Yes.
would have it. If you're a little bit older, you might have to call the hospital. I know this because
It's in the archives. We've
It's
all
in
gone
the
through- it's in the
archives.
archives.
But I think for anyone who wants to invite a little bit more spirituality in their lives in a smaller way, what sort of setup can someone do to just have a place of serenity, a place of calmness in their room?
In our house, it's really important to create a sacred space, right? And that's really a place that we can connect with ourselves and connect with our soul and disconnect from the outside world, right? So over here, what we just need to do is take a blanket or a towel, and you think, because you want to create this space in your house, because we're going to honor the elements, and when we honor the elements, we're actually honoring ourselves as well. So it's a really beautiful ritual, and ritual brings us back into the moment, okay? So we have air. So for the air element, you could have incense, you could have a feather, and air is about knowledge, it's about information, it's about our breath of life, right? So this is really where we start from. And then we also have the element of water. You can bring in actually a chalice or water, or you can bring in seashells. And water is about the emotional realm. So it is about our healing, it's about our emotions, it's about flowing through life and letting go, right? The element of earth. Now you can take some crystals, and you can place them like anything that calls to you, or you can take flowers, is also really beautiful. And earth is about grounding. It's about connecting to yourself, and it's about sustaining life, okay? And then the other element is fire. You can use candles for that. And fire is about the initiation, it's about the passion, it's about the energy of life, okay? And then we actually have one more element here, and this is about ether, which is spirit. So I love bringing in a picture of either a soul or a deity or god or goddess or someone in your family, like an ancestor.
These are my 4 grandparents. They're all 4 in one picture.
Beautiful.
I miss every single one of them.
And well, what it is you're paying reverence, so thanking you for bringing me into this life, and I honor you and I know that you're around me here. So all this is bringing you back to yourself and your soul and connecting with the subtle realm around you.
I love
which is,
that.
Yeah, it's really beautiful.